Hey everyone, Gio here from Apocalypse Movies. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm so excited to finally announce that we will be covering the Halo series from Paramount Plus starting this week. We're going to go episode by episode, break it down, discuss the things we love, the things we didn't like, where it's going. So look forward to that later on this week. But before that, I want to give all of you out there 5 reasons why you should be excited for the upcoming series. And let's just get right into it with number 5, Halo's popularity. Okay, if you haven't heard of Halo, I'm sorry for you. I don't know, maybe you've been living underneath a rock or something, but Halo is one of the most popular video games still to this day. It was a phenomenon. I'll put it this way: what Halo did for first person shooters and online multiplayer is what Star Wars did for the sci fi genre. It's that big of a deal. And once upon a time, Peter Jackson was going to direct a big budget live action Halo movie. That didn't happen. Then Neil Blomkamp was going to direct a live action big budget Halo movie, the director of District 9. That never happened. In the time between 2008 and 2022, we've gotten some live action content for Halo, but nothing on this type of scale. I mean, Paramount Plus, they're putting some real money behind it, and that in itself is exciting for people who have been waiting for anything big budget live action for Halo. Number 4, and you might find this one hard to believe at first, Steven Spielberg. Now, why Steven Spielberg? Well, according to multiple reports online, Steven Spielberg was not just a producer on this series, but a borderline showrunner. From reports, Steven Spielberg reportedly looked at every script for each episode of this season, did some polishing, and gave it his stamp of approval. That is big time. We're talking about one of the goats here in Hollywood filmmaking. I've been looking forward to Steven Spielberg's involvement going way back to the Xbox Live event. I think it was for the Xbox One, where he showed up on stage and announced that he was producing a Halo series. And I believe that was forward on to Dom, but here he is giving us his stamp of approval why we should be looking forward to Halo on Paramount Plus. Number 3, showrunners' creative freedom. This comes from Screen Rant, and they're saying showrunner for Halo did not look at any of the video games for inspiration for this upcoming series. Now, I know some of you who are big Halo fans like myself are a little concerned about that, but I'm choosing to look at the positives because I have friends who I talk about this Halo series with, and they have no interest because they've never played the games. And think about this: you can let them know this series, you don't have to watch the gameplay or the cutscenes or any of that to find enjoyment. Obviously, that's a plus. Obviously, that's a bonus. If you have the time, I would definitely recommend you do that. Do some research, but it's not required, not necessary. And if this series gives fans their fan service and at the same time attracting a wider audience, that's a win-win. That's a win-win. I'm crossing my fingers, a little bit concerned, but I'm looking at the positives. Number 2, video games on streaming. Once upon a time, several times, we thought the video game genre was going to be the next big thing in Hollywood. I remember when Duncan Jones's Warcraft came out, or was almost leading up to the release, excuse me, leading up to the release. And I'm telling everybody, look, this could be the one. This could be the one to finally have video game genre break through that curse and finally be the next big thing like comic book movies. Of course, it hasn't exactly gone that way. Even though I'm a fan of the Warcraft movie, the genre has certainly had some hits with the Tomb Raider movie starring Alicia Vikander. You think about Sonic the Hedgehog, Detective Pikachu, to a certain extent, Dwayne Johnson's Rampage, but it hasn't quite gotten to the level that we all want it to be. But now enter streaming, where you could have not as big of a budget, which means more creative freedom. I got a great feeling about streaming service and what they could do, not just for the comic book genre, which we're already seeing, not for established IPs like Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, like Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, like the HBO Max Harry Potter series coming in a couple of years, but also video games. I am so excited about the potential for a streaming service and video games. And finally, my number one, how about some of the early buzz? Now, all the reviews haven't been perfect for this Halo series, but the early buzz on the positive ones are really, really hitting the mark. You have fans of the longtime video game applauding at what these showrunners and these writers are able to do as far as making it fun for us. But we also just heard that people who are not familiar with the video game lore are finding some enjoyment as well. And it goes back to what I was saying about the showrunners not having their hands tied with just the video game lore. Early buzz, not perfect, but those who are enjoying it, they're making their voices known. So that's 5 reasons why you should be excited for the upcoming Halo series. Hopefully, it raises your interest just a little bit more. If so, it was all worth it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you give a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you know when our Halo series reaction videos go up on the channel. And that's going to do it. My name is Gio from Apocalypse Movies. You can find us every Tuesday hanging out at 7 p.m. talking movies, TV shows, whatever. And thanks again for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next time.